You see, the world agri export turnover is very large, and India actually does about 1.5% roughly of that. In fact, it will be interesting to know that India is a net agri exporter. India exports more than it imports. No, it might surprise a lot of people. In fact, it did in few exhibitions that we participated internationally. That with about 17% of world's population, with about 2% of land, India can actually export. The truth is that India actually imports oil seed and pulses. And lately we have seen, even in these two commodities, there is tremendous domestic production growth. So in the future, we are going to be less dependent. Now, what India exports is a whole range of produce, and we are not one of those countries which are monoculture. We do tea, spices, seafood, cereal. We do, fruits and vegetable, processed food. We do guar gum, maize, all kinds of things. So our export portfolio is extremely large. So India is likely to be, in my view, a net agri exporter in times to come. If anything, India's export basket is going to be large, and we are going to move into a new area of value added export. Today we are mostly commodity exports, where we export raw materials, so to say, and our value added exports are smaller. But in future, as food processing industry in this country grows, it's growing, our primary processing, our complex processing is going to grow, and we have seen in last year and the year before last, our processed food export, like ready to eat food, frozen snacks, ethnic curries, then all kinds of processed meat, vegetables, etc., have grown by about 60 to 70%. So that is the area of growth. The second thing that encourages us to believe that export is going to grow is that, except parts of western India, parts of southern India, maybe even north like Punjab and Haryana, many parts of the country the productivity of agriculture is very low, which is going to change. Agriculture is getting more and more priority, there is more and more money, policy changes are happening, national market is getting created, more retailers are sourcing directly from farmers, huge contract farming efforts are taking place, and more technology is going to the agriculture. So agricultural productivity in those districts where today the productivity is very low is eventually going to become as close to the national standard, which means in areas of northeast or eastern India, the production per acre for rice or wheat or pulses are going to be as high as in Punjab, which is quite possible because those areas have plenty of rainfall, agricultural, good fertile land, family labor, mechanization is happening. Then it is not left to a great deal of imagination that India is going to be a very large net exporter. Now, what APEDA does? APEDA has played a very crucial role in facilitating agri export. What it does do is provide market access. We negotiate with our counterpart agencies abroad to do pest risk analysis, mutual recognition agreements, we sign protocols, we develop backward integration and implement quality standards. In simple words, we guarantee the food safety of a particular produce, and then we implement that in India. We have done that for fruits and vegetables, processed food. We are implementing traceability across the board. Secondly, we promote the exporters abroad. We participate in about 20 international exhibitions abroad, take the exporters, take the produce, do wet tasting. Third, we fund a large number of infrastructure projects every year. We do pack houses, the airport facilities for seamless cold chain for cargo to move into the airport and go abroad. We do a lot of financing in reefer van, cold chain projects. We do a whole host of things. Fourth, we upgrade the quality standards in both public and private sector. We have our schemes. And the most important thing is that we do direct assistance to agri exporters by subsidizing about 8 to 10% of their sea freight, air freight, ex-India. But we also have a scheme in which provide even internal movement of reefer containers. So APEDA plays a very, very important role since its inception, and we are very well known in this country amongst exporters and farmers. Then the third thing that I must say is a new initiative. What we have done is called Agri Exchange portal. It's eventually going to be a buyer-sellers portal. Currently, it has huge range of information, which in one place provides you the prices of commodities, the movement of commodities, production and collection of commodities in important markets. It provides the tariffs, shipping rates, insurance charges, real-time information about prices in international markets. It provides all possible technical information regarding the regulation of the importing countries, the pest risk analysis of different countries. So it's a one-stop stop for exporters.